Hello, welcome to this update. So we still have the tropical cyclone Dana striking India now, and tropical storm Chami that's leaving the Philippines. So there's two systems out there and two other ones likely to form, especially 98W. So let's take a look. This is Dana. It's almost to make landfall, northeastern India. So it shows you it's a stronger cyclone now, all the way to 65 knots winds. So it's a little bit stronger now, but it might weaken at landfall a little bit. So there's the GFS. So it's a category 1 already, or even 2. It's 1, yeah. And then it goes into India and kind of dissipates. But there'll be a lot of flooding and heavy rain from this and problems there. And then there's Trami there in the Philippines. It goes, kind of dies before it gets to Vietnam, but relieves some tremendous amounts of rain in Vietnam as well. And there's the third system. As you see, the GFS forms in the Western Pacific, goes near Taiwan and some other areas. So we have to monitor that as well. There's like, where's the, here, the European, wait. So the 0Z. So there's Dana now, making it for in India, it has it there. Then it has Trami going to Vietnam and kind of lingering there. But the European curves this back towards, it curves it back into the South China Sea and curves it back towards Vietnam later. So this might have a crazy track. And the European already has a typhoon for the southern islands of Japan with the new system. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. There's the GFS, it has the, no, this is the Canadian, it has the storm in India there, and then has Trami towards Vietnam and kind of curves back into the Philippines and back to Vietnam again. And then there's the icon, it has like, it has the one in India, it goes in there, there's Trami, it has, it's stronger, and then goes towards Vietnam, might bring some very big rain amounts there, but also the icon is also curving back towards the Philippines, then back again towards Vietnam. So this will be a crazy track by the storm. There's the Neptune, it has it there. The cyclone in India, it has Trami there towards Vietnam, but then it also curves back towards the Philippines and has curving north again. So yeah, be aware there. There's the Western Pacific now. So here, so the 0Z, let's see, the Neptune has the new system forming near Guam there and getting to a typhoon as well and curving near Japan but not striking Japan. There's the European 0Z, it has both systems there now. And then the one forms near Guam, might be some gusty winds and heavy rain in San Jose and parts of Guam. And then it forms the second typhoon, passes very close to the islands of Japan, but then curves away there. There's the Canadian too. This is the icon, so the icon forms the new system there, turns into a typhoon, and approaches the islands of Japan, passes very close to Japan, but might go away. So it's the most likely scenario for now. It forms there, like the Canadian is showing, passes near eastern Japan, but doesn't hit Japan. So yeah, we'll monitor there. And let's switch Trami with the hurricane model, the HRF. So it goes there to the South China Sea. The HRF passes it near Hainan and to Vietnam there. But it goes to Vietnam and then might curve back out again, but it has a tropical storm near Vietnam about late Monday to Tuesday. So yeah, be careful there. And here, let's see. So in India there's the cyclone now, so there's some very heavy rain, as you can see, this convection in all those areas. So please stay safe there from flooding. Just in the next 12 hours shows 100 millimeters of rain, 143 millimeters of rain there, parts of eastern India. So be careful with mudslides, landslides, and other types of flooding. And then if I put this until Tuesday, it has the remnants of the system going back to central India, this path of rain through central India, and right where this will make this will go in, shows more than 200 millimeters the total of the system. So please be careful with flooding. Right now, maybe some storm surge and the strong wind. So please stay safe there in India, especially from mudslides and flooding. Yes, in northeastern India, northern Bangladesh, a little bit of heavy rain too, but not as heavy. But there will be some periods of heavy rain there. Southern India, those tropical downpours, more than 100 millimeters, might be a small flood threat there. And the Langstrip Islands, some more gusty thunderstorms, so be careful. Sri Lanka, more tropical downpours, but not as heavy as India, but be aware in Sri Lanka too. The Nicobar Islands shows more tropical showers and thunderstorms, and the Andaman Islands too. And still showing there northeastern Malaysia, close to 100 millimeters, and southern Thailand, so more rain there near the South China Sea, northern Sumatra. The rest of Indonesia is quite fine, but does show some showers and afternoon storms in parts of Indonesia, and like especially northern Indonesia, Malaysia. And then shows some heavy rain in Papua New Guinea, still close to 100 millimeters, and some more tropical downpours through Western Guinea and some more areas. And then in China, we still have that gigantic system there, not gigantic in terms of size, but in terms of amount of rainfall. Shows like more than 100, 200 millimeters in eastern China. The European, the GFS, that has like 40 millimeters, and the European has 200. So we might go one way or another. The icon has like 41 millimeters, so the icon was still showing yesterday almost 200 millimeters there, but now just the European is showing. So this might change or might not. Depends on which model is right. So Japan shows more than 200 millimeters. Some areas near Oase and Kumano, some areas there. So be careful with some heavy thunderstorms. Shows near Osaka, some other south central Japan, some heavier downpours. In Tokyo, some showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two. But southern Japan, we have those heavy downpours. And then shows the southern islands of Japan, some heavier thunderstorms too, some accumulation there. The GFS is much lower rainfall in Japan. It has some showers and thunderstorms, but very low. And the icon has more rain parts of Japan as well. So be aware those areas. And now for the main areas in the Philippines, the European shows still some 60 millimeters where this is leaving. It shows more than 100 millimeters central western Philippines, so be careful still with flooding design to central western Philippines. Still be careful there. And in the northern island, because this hasn't completely left yet, there might still be some flooding and some heavy downpours. And in Vietnam, as this goes towards Vietnam, there's the potential more than 300 millimeters central Vietnam. In Laos, so there'll be some very heavy downpours through Laos and eastern Laos, especially close to Vietnam. Shows a little bit in northeastern Cambodia, close to 100 millimeters. Southern Cambodia and southern Vietnam, just some tropical showers, some downpours, but the worst will be like central Vietnam there. So this is the European. The GFS is further north, more than 300 millimeters, and in Laos, more than 100. And let's see, the icon has around there central Vietnam more than 300, 100. So please stay safe there in Vietnam. This might cause some tremendous flooding before this curves back into the South China Sea. And if you are in Hong Sa, please stay safe. More than 400 millimeters is showing. If this curves back into the South China Sea, this might pass over you a bunch of times. So stay safe there. And Hainan, southern China, shows more than 120 millimeters, 50 millimeters, so there might be some flooding there as well. And please stay safe. And yeah, so this mainly it. Stay safe in those areas. Now, as this makes landfall in India, the European is showing more than 105 km per gust. So now it's really kicking those 100 plus winds they mentioned in the article yesterday. So please stay safe. 80 to 105 km per gusts there in India. And then this keeps going, weakens down a little bit, but still some gusty winds left tomorrow. The GFS shows a little bit less winds, and the icon shows some winds too, but not as much as the European. So yeah, stay safe. Right now, there's still some strong winds near the Philippines. The winds haven't left yet, close to 100 km per gusts, 90, some 80 km per gusts. And in Taiwan, the western coast of Taiwan is pretty bumpy. Some very strong winds near Taiwan and China. Southern Taiwan, some gusty winds in those northern islands of the Philippines. Then this goes there. Winds the South China Sea. Sa there, and Mamadi Coast more than 148, then we target there, and then it goes into Vietnam. Much of the eastern coast of Vietnam, starting Sunday, might get some very gusty winds, and then into Monday, as this approaches, but it should be curving back into the South China Sea. So it depends on the model too. For example, the Excess has this approaching Vietnam with some strong winds, but then it curves back. The GFS has Saturday, Sunday, these approaches there, very close call and kind of dies. So yeah, be careful. The winds and the waves, some storm surge, the rain and everything. So stay safe there.